My name is Edna Farrell, and I graduated in 1966. We were told that the school was burnt down, that the school had burned down, so they had to find other places for them to go to school. They had to send them to different places in Mount Hope. So we walked from our home to DuBois Elementary School up in Castle Hollow. So therefore we had to pass by, which is now known the American Hardware, which it was the American Hardware then, and then there was the drugstore on the end of the corner, and there were a few other storefronts. And we used to see these students in these classrooms, the blackboard and the teacher writing on the blackboard and the students, and we found that pretty fascinating. So we'd stop for a few minutes and we'd put our head up against the window and we'd peep in, trying to see what was going on. And
my name is Ruby Evans. I graduated from DuBois High School in 1952. Well, at first, it was sort of exciting because it was something new, and we thought that was something that, you felt free because you're walking down this street and no one is right there, but you did have to get to your classes on time. But you could communicate with your friends on your way down.
If I can recall, it was two classrooms. I think one was kind of on the one end of the building of the storefronts, and then you went a couple more storefronts and there was another one. But I very well remember that very well. We found that so fascinating because we kind of wondered what in the world were school people doing in the storefronts. I can remember us going to school. Every once in a while we might be a little bit late because we were hanging around trying to see what was going on, but that I remember that very well.
Yes, I was in the band. I was excited. I really wanted to be in the band. Well, and at that time we didn't have any money to buy any instruments, but I wanted to wear that uniform and I wanted to be in the band. So I guess I pestered Mr. Edmondson enough that he gave me the cymbals. So I played the cymbals, and I had my uniform. I was happy for that. The band practice, we had a building that we practiced. I guess it was up here on the corner. That was where his building was, up on the corner across from the church. As I remember, we used to meet up at the corner where his building was. All of us would meet there, and we would line up, and then we would parade up to the stadium, for the football stadium.
And every Saturday we went to the movies. That was our treat. Our mom and dad dropped us off at the movies, so they were building the DuBois New School. So there was all of these pipes and all of these bricks and all these things. So that became our playground. When we came from the movies, we headed out to the place where they were building the things, and it was big pipes. The big pipes that's going through, they were the big pipes, and that's what we played in. We would go from one end of the pipe to the other end, come out to the other end, my brothers and I, and they had the wall they were building, and we walked on top of it and all. So we definitely knew what they were there for.
Our instructors were they were firm. Even though we were in these buildings, they gave us, we knew that we had to be students. We were students, and that we had to do the same work that we did in the other buildings.
I can remember parades, but as being on the corner, on the streets, and I can remember the girls coming down the road with these white boots, and they would hit that concrete, that street like pew. You can hear them taps, and here they come. And I remember hearing my mom and all, and everybody was saying to the majorettes, "Go girls, go! Look at those girls go!" So I can remember, and I can remember drum majorettes, the guy. You don't see the guys they don't really have the bands. It's nothing like they used to be anyway. But you don't really see drum majorettes but there was a drum majorette. I can remember a drum majorette at that time.